So you were operating for how many more months or years until you exited?
We exited in February of 2024.
Oh,
So
wow. Yeah. So
yeah.
just recently.
But it's interesting even how that happened. We weren't looking for that. And thankfully, we actually had a PE firm come to us before the one that actually bought us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so thankful they did. And if anybody listening, I know we're deep in the podcast, but if I give any advice to make sure they focus on this mistake we made, we lost the first deal. And it worked out well. It was a much lower number, everything else, but we lost the first deal.
Yeah.
The reason we lost the first deal goes back to an idea I've been sharing with you, is just running this like a mom and pop business without a lot of constraints, without a lot of guardrails. Like we tuned up some departments and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but one area I never tuned up was accounting. Like you are looking at the guy who is reconciling the books at the end of every month.
Yeah.
And again, I'm sure no one from the IRS is listening, and it really doesn't matter because we sold the business anyways.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I'm not the only founder owner who has gone to Publix and bought groceries and categorized it in QuickBooks as office meals or whatever it is. Like
Yeah.
I know I'm not the only person that's done that. All right.
Yeah.
So don't, I mean, you can hate on me, that's fine. But I guarantee we've all been clever with how we reconcile some expenses in QuickBooks. And the first PE firm looked at this and went, this is a mess. Like this is a spider web of stuff. You went to Publix here and you did this, and you were speaking in Europe, but you stayed at the Ritz-Carlton. That was awfully it's just all this other stuff. Like it was like kind of a business trip, a kind of vacation. Like they said, I'm sure it's a great business, but we don't have the time to work through the spider web of numbers. Figure it out. So I'm like, wow, like I lost the deal because of my poor organization, which is rare for a pilot. Pilots are very follow the checklist, everything else. But
surprising.
When you start commingling your expenses and these sort of things, I said, wow, I've got to clean this up. And my wife and I spent, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months. It was time to graduate from the little small town CPA to the bigger firm in Orlando or something like that. Still a medium-sized firm, not going like KPMG with skyscrapers or anything that, right. but a bigger accounting firm to help out, a real bookkeeper. And we cleaned up our books. And sure enough, within 3-4 months of finally getting the books all in line, the next one came to us. Yet again, we weren't seeking it out. And
amazing.
It even that brought interesting things. Like when you're not looking for it and you're not ready for it. I didn't have the legal team ready. I didn't have all these, it was just Jason and my wife Magda trying to figure stuff out. And we did. But as sad as I was about losing the first deal, I wouldn't have got the second deal without them.